Hi, how are you doing? I want to tell you a story about a friend of mine named George. You see, George, he loved God, and he loved people. He was always doing nice things for everyone. He wasn't perfect, but he was kind. He was patient, and he had a gentle spirit, a gentle heart. He had a neighbor named Tom. And Tom wasn't a very nice person. He was in fact quite cruel, very selfish and rude. And Tom was inconsiderate. But one day, Tom got up the courage to ask George for a little bit of help. Tom said to George, "I know that you are a good man. I know that you love God. You believe in God. I know and I believe that when you die, you will probably go to heaven. And so I believe you have a ticket to go to heaven. And I was wondering if you would share that ticket with me." Well, George decided that he would share his ticket. So he cut the ticket and he gave a portion of it to Tom. Well, Tom looked at the two pieces, the two portions, his portion and George's portion, and he says to George, "You have a larger portion." George, recognizing that he did have a larger portion, he cut his portion again, and he gave the second portion to Tom. And they lived a little bit longer in life, and eventually Tom died. Tom went to the pearly gates of heaven, and there stood St. Peter, welcoming all newcomers. And he said to Tom, "What do you have there?" And Tom said, "I have a ticket. A friend of mine gave this to me." And St. Peter opened it up and slowly unfolded it. And recognized that it was a ticket for the rightful place that Tom should go. A little bit later, George died, and he went to the pearly gates, and he saw St. Peter standing there. And St. Peter said, "My, what a mangled ticket you have. May I see that?" And George gave him the ticket, and St. Peter opened it up and said, "Yes, you are in the right place. Come on in." I guess the lesson that we could learn is that this world is in a lot more need of love of one another. Anyway, I hope you have a good day, and pass along the message.